Welcome back everyone, it's Charlie. This is going to be my video all about the canceled movies and TV shows and all the things that have been rescheduled because of the big virus outbreak. So we're under quarantine right now. I know it kind of sucks, so I'll try to explain what's going on. We're doing an Amazon giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and let me know if you want them to release Black Widow on Disney Plus instead of trying to release it in a theater or just pushing it to way later this year. So what I'll do is I'll explain what's going on with all the big stuff, all the big movies and the big TV shows, because there is a lot of stuff that got canceled in the last week. All of football, all of baseball, pretty much all of sports and everything in Hollywood has been canceled until further notice. So we'll just do this top 7 WTF style, because of course this is WTF insane. Number 7. First big one on the list is Fast and Furious 9. Originally, it was going to be released in April next month. It was the first major movie that a studio pulled off the schedule. The reason why they pulled it off the schedule is because there's a special quarantine period and people were ordered to close down movie theaters. So not only does that prevent people from actually releasing new movies, most people, because of all the craziness right now, just do not want to go out and spend money on movie tickets, which is the death of any kind of movie, no matter how good or how big it is. Fast 9 just got pushed till next year. It seems weird that they would wait an entire year to try and release it, but there's so much Disney and Marvel stuff, Star Wars happening later this year, they probably just didn't want to compete with that. Number 6, Marvel's New Mutants. R.I.P. New Mutants. This is the 4th time that the movie's release date has been canceled. I could make a whole video just about what has gone down with the New Mutants movie. They made the movie 3 years ago as of me posting this video. First they tried to release it in April 2018, but because Fox had originally planned on releasing Deadpool 2 in February of that year, they moved New Mutants to later in the summer to avoid cannibalizing their audience. Then as we all saw, Deadpool 2 moved its release date to the summer, so they moved New Mutants again to winter 2019. But then the Fox Disney buyout happened and the movie sat on a shelf till a few months ago when Marvel said it was fine to release as is. But then you cut to this week when the virus just shut down all movie theaters across the United States. Number 5, another big Marvel actor, Vin Diesel's Bloodshot movie. They actually tried to slip this one into theaters just last week, but cut to a few days later, boom, movie theaters slashing their attendance, and then this week most major theater chains just closed down completely until further notice. Normally that's a terrible thing, but this might be a blessing in disguise for Vin Diesel in this case, because the movie was already doing bad in the box office before people stopped going to theaters, and the reviews were slamming it really hard, so it just seems like Bloodshot is a very video-on-demand type of movie. It would probably benefit more if they just released it early on VOD while it's still technically in theaters, which they just did with the new Invisible Man movie. It's in theaters right now, it's doing well, the reviews for it are great, but the studio is also allowing people to buy it or rent it video on demand soon while it's still in theaters because no one is going to theaters right now. While I was in the middle of making this video, they just announced that Birds of Prey was going to hit video on demand next week. So just you wait, thinking about Disney Plus, studios might start releasing their movies early video on demand, at least the studios that have access to streaming platforms. Disney also just released Frozen 2 and Star Wars Rise of Skywalker like 4 or 5 months early on video on demand. They weren't supposed to be released till later this year, but because of the virus, they released them early just because everyone's stuck at home. The Flash TV show was just put on indefinite hiatus and the actors were all sent home. They still have a few episodes left to film this season, so depending on how long they stay on break, they might wind up either just delaying episodes till the summer or just canceling the final episodes. This is happening with a lot of TV series that are airing right now. They're kind of in the middle of their seasons, but they're not quite done filming all the episodes, so they might wind up cutting a lot of seasons short. Most of Hollywood, though, is calling this a 2-week time out, so most of these TV shows and movies that are on break right now are supposed to go back to work and continue filming in a couple weeks. Number 4, The Witcher Netflix Season 2 with Henry Cavill. They were originally just going to plow right through because they're filming in Europe. They were going to ignore everything that's going on because they seemed like they were safe, but then Christopher Hayju from Game of Thrones got the virus, and he's obviously a big part of the season, so obviously they had to call a break to keep him from giving it to Henry Cavill, the rest of the cast and the crew. I've already done a Witcher Netflix Season 2 cast video, but he's playing Nivellen from The Last Wish. He's a character that's part of a short story called A Grain of Truth. He's a man that does really terrible things and is eventually cursed to turn into a bear. So it sounds exactly like Beauty and the Beast because the story is almost exactly like Beauty and the Beast. Most of you will remember him as Tormund Giantsbane from Game of Thrones, the character who boasted about sleeping with a giant. Moving on, number 3 WTF, Marvel's Shang-Chi movie just had to stop, but they're claiming it's only for a couple weeks. The movie isn't coming out till February next year, 2021. They still have plenty of time to finish before that, so it probably won't affect the release date. There have been a lot of teasers and previews from the set, so I'll probably do a new Shang-Chi preview video sometime soon when we get some more details, but it sounds like it's going to be Marvel's version of Enter the Dragon. Great Bruce Lee martial arts movie. That's not the only movie that's on break though. The Batman movie is still filming. They went on a 2-week break, but the movie isn't coming out till June of 2021, so they still have plenty of time to finish that. No big delays for the Batman movie. And recently I just did a big Marvel Spider-Man 3 video because Tom Holland claimed that they still planned on filming Spider-Man 3 starting this summer in July, because it seems like that's going to be outside of the quarantine window, but some people have been saying that this might spill into the summer. They're not supposed to release the movie till July 2021, so if they do have to reschedule things just a little bit this summer, it won't affect the movie's release date that much. Remember, Spider-Man 3 meant to be this really huge big deal, not even the last Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland. I'll do more videos about Spider-Man 3 real soon, just because we know a little bit about what's going on with that movie. The director, Marvel, Sony have been talking a lot about the future of Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in the Venom crossovers and all those movies, so there'll be a lot of Spider-Man related videos coming soon.
A masked marauder, a menace! Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Number 2, Marvel had to stop on Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision filming. They're claiming it's only for a couple weeks, but they're almost already done with both of those series, so it probably won't affect their release dates either. Falcon and Winter Soldier are still supposed to come out at the end of the summer around late August, and WandaVision is still supposed to come out in December. But here's the thing though, talking about dropping stuff early, video on demand, because there's so many delays with all this other big stuff, Marvel might try to release those series early on Disney Plus just to fill the void if they can. Same thing with the Mandalorian Season 2 episodes, which have already all been filmed. They're almost done with that series. Marvel's Eternals movie also finished filming a long time ago. It's not coming out till November, so there probably won't be any big changes for the Eternals movie. Number 1 WTF obviously though is what about the Black Widow movie? Here's the thing about Black Widow, it's supposed to come out at the beginning of May, which will be after Hollywood goes back to work after this sort of 2-week quarantine period. But the local politicians in a number of big cities have ordered movie theaters to shut down for a much longer period of time that almost overlaps with the Black Widow release date. So best case scenario, what Marvel might do is just move the Black Widow movie to a little bit later in May or even to July in the summer. Worst case scenario, they write off any losses and just release Black Widow on Disney+. The funny thing about Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, and Disney Plus is that long-term, Disney's plans are mostly about growing their Disney Plus subscriber base. In fact, the CEO, Bob Iger, who kind of just retired, he stepped down, is actually still working at Disney. His number 1 job now is fixing Disney Plus. Really easy slam dunk way to do that is to tie new subscription intake to a Black Widow Disney Plus release. Disney did issue a statement a while ago saying they were committed to theatrical releases, implying that they have no plans to release Black Widow early on Disney+, even though that's probably what we would all prefer. The problem with releasing Black Widow on Disney Plus is the movie was bound to make between $700 million and $1 billion, and they would miss out on a lot of that money by not giving it a big theatrical release around the world. But studios also wind up losing a lot of money by rescheduling movies to later in the year, so no matter what, even if they move Black Widow to later in the year, they're still gonna lose a lot of money that they would normally have earned had they released it at the original date. But I will keep doing update videos and big announcements as studios release more information about what they're gonna be doing about all this and how things progress. As long as you have alerts enabled for my channel, you should see all the videos when I post them. The best thing you guys can do is just watch my videos and just let me know if there's any special videos you want me to make. For the most part, all regular TV shows are still airing, so most things are still happening. It's really just the movies that are being affected in a really big way right now. Everyone click here for that brand new Marvel Spider-Man 3 announcement video, and click here for that brand new Mandalorian Season 2 teaser trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.